Hey team, welcome back. Let's talk about leaders that recognise the changes and coach through them. Ending a calendar year and beginning a new one, changes happen. Many changes are planned for and some aren't. Some are strategic and others are absolutely unexpected, those curveballs. Changes are a natural part of working with people. Add people to the team and see the changes come. System changes are usually strategic. We plan ahead, we look at impact, we do risk assessments, we look for potential challenges and generally navigate for these. These are easier to navigate and more predictable in implementation. The unpredictability and unplanned element is the human factor. People. Add people to a change project, which we usually need, and we can expect the unexpected and the unpredictable ripples. Leaders plan for change. Leaders also recognise the impact of changes, the impact on people and the changing dynamics. So let's jump to Bruce Duckman, 1965, guy from way back. But there's something really important to understand here about teams and the dynamics that go with it. Forming, norming, storming, and we add that stage of reforming and then performing. Step one is about forming the team, people watching, reading the dynamics and learning how we might work together. Who do we gel with and who is harder to navigate? Where will I find support and who will challenge me? Step two, norming, the team and norms. The team builds understandings of how we work together. Expectations are set and ways of interacting are established. Norms can be explicit or just developed without those conversations. Norms are about how we work around here, what is acceptable and what isn't. Step three, storming is normal. Every team storms. It is normal and expected. Storming, arguing, challenging, battling. In short, the honeymoon period is over and the small things that we looked past and accepted at the beginning, even though we really didn't like them, begin to irritate us. The small things become big things. The team storms and challenges each other. This phase is important. If you don't storm, you won't ever get to high performance. Trust needs to deepen and these things need to be discussed openly and with care. Challenges need to be aired and worked through. Step four, teams reform. The team comes together again and begins to re-establish themselves and working with greater clarity and more explicit norms and more explicit understandings. And ongoing challenges and acceptance of challenges and ways to challenge. Step five, performing. High performance begins. If you get your team through the first four stages into this, you are moving into areas of high performance. Performing teams have ways of communicating about work, challenging each other without feeling threatened or taking it personally, and results begin to show. And accountability becomes part of this. We hold each other accountable for the work that we and the norms that we have already explicitly established. There are three parts to this learning as a leader and to leading this learning. Leaders have to understand and have knowledge of these stages. And then they have to recognise and know where their team is along this journey. And then they need the skills on how to lead their team through each of these phases. The leader has to teach these phases. Help the team become aware of how this works. Even one new addition to the team or change in the structure can flip the team back to step one. Watching for change and then leading the change is our job. Coaching the change. Stage one, teach trust. How do we build trusting relationships? Stage two, being explicit with the norms. How will we plan? How often will we meet? What are acceptable behaviours and what aren't? Stage three, how do we manage conflict? How do we challenge each other's ideas without getting upset and being territorial? What about mistakes and how do we navigate these? Stage 4, how do we bring the team back together? Are we putting in place what we've agreed to? And are we putting that into play? Are we doing what we said? Are we holding each other accountable? And then stage 5, are we measuring our results? Are we celebrating the team's success? Do we value each other's contributions and inspire each other to innovate? Leaders don't leave teams to go alone. They step in. Leaders have a role and a responsibility to coach the team through. Everyone wants high performance, and you have to coach to get it. Think of a sports team. You don't pull the team together and then simply say, go and play and expect to win. You teach, you build skills, you analyse, you offer feedback, you demonstrate, you show. Leaders are great at tasks of building processes and systems and put time into this. But my question is, do we put the same amount of time into the development of our team and their skills? We wrongly just expect people to be able to get on with things and get things done. Few people can and perform effectively. Teaching these skills is invaluable. Lead, coach the team.